Hey, how you doing everybody? My name is CherryBoy and welcome to Boku to Nurse no Kenshuu Nishi, a visual novel where your waifu is a nurse. Now let's get right into— Whoa. This music. Whoa. Probably getting copyrighted up, but that's okay. Listen to this, fam. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, the beat. Whoa, oh, yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Oh man, this song is great. What song is this? Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay, sorry. Let's get right into it. Yeah, that song is nice. Okay, sorry. This is a work of fiction. Any character that— Okay. That was fast. Whoa. 6 long years of medical school have passed. Oh yes, now I am a doctor. Having safely put them behind me and passed the state exams, Takuya Shirasawa takes his first step forward as a medical resident on this sunny day. Alright, wait, resident? And was that me? So, this is where we'll be training, huh? So this is where we'll be training, huh? Amagi University Hospital. Before me is a university hospital that is said to have the best facilities around. For at least 2 years, starting now, I'll be training here while cycling through a diverse range of departments both inside and outside my area of expertise. As one might expect from what is supposedly the best hospital around, the grounds are quite spacious. There are departments of all kinds of internal medicine and surgery, pediatrics, gynecology, of course, and neurosurgery and radiology. They also deal in pathology and diagnostics, not to mention emergency medicine. Couple that with a variety of more specialized departments, and even one location within this university hospital is enough to fill one of the 2-year terms of my trainings. Also, start with the fan. Sorry. Couple that with a variety of more specialized departments, and even one location within this university hospital is enough to fill one of the 2-year terms of my trainings. As for me, I'm the second son in a family that runs a private clinic. Cool. Regarding the future, I think I want to open a children's hospital in my hometown. Small though it may be, so there's a good chance I'll transfer to a different location during my second term. Still. Alright. What's wrong?
Oh, who's that, bro? What's wrong, Takuya? Getting cold feet?
No way. I'm just feeling a little tense. The one who just called out to me is one of the friends I studied with in college, the brawny Taishi Sumiyama.
Oh, perfect, I have the right voice.
Starting today, he'll be a medical resident at this university hospital alongside me. His specialty is orthopedic surgery. Apparently, his parents run an orthopediatric clinic, and he has grand ambitions to expand the family business. You stupid, Taishi. He doesn't have muscles for brains like you. You really think he's got cold feet when he's come far enough to be a resident? Huh?
Oh? What's that, Sasaki? You trying to pick a fight? What's that, Sasaki? You trying to pick a fight?
Just speaking the truth, how many times have you practiced surgery and gone anemic at the sight of blood?
Sob, you figured me out.
Oh, the woman. One more time. You stupid, Taishi. He doesn't have muscles for brains like you. You really think he's got cold feet when he's come far enough to be a resident?
What's that, Sasaki? You trying to pick a fight?
Just speaking the truth, how many times have you practiced a surgery and gone anemic at the sight of blood? That's the right voice. You stupid, Taishi. He doesn't have muscles for brains like you. You really think he's got cold feet when he's come far enough to be a resident? Just speaking the truth, how many times have you practiced a surgery and gone anemic at the sight of blood? Sorry, okay. The woman quarreling with Taishi is Sotosaki. Her specialty is gynecology, and she's a friend who studied at the same college as me, along with Taishi. Awesome. She's a friend, sorry. Just like us, Sasaki will be attending this university hospital as a medical resident. Awesome. I've always thought you guys get along well. Give me a break, Shirasawa. With this guy?
That's right, Takuya. Even if you're kidding, cut it out!
Just my honest thoughts. No, let's stop. We'll just waste away our time quarreling at a place like this. Agreed. Being late is no joke, so let's hurry up and go, okay? There's a lounge next to the director's room, so how about we start by heading there? Yeah, our first training location should be decided there. Fortunately, there's still a ways to go until the designated meeting time, but we'd probably end up with the worst impression of anyone if we showed up late on the first day.
Indeed.
I don't want to engage in any behavior that might make enemies for myself. I'd rather be spared from any bullying or disdain from the senior doctors.
Indeed. Alright, cool, let's go. Oh, nice place. This game is great. As expected of a major hospital, there's no small number of patients, huh? It's totally different from my families. From my families.
Well, duh. You can't compare it to a rural or orthopedic. Sorry. You can't compare it to a rural osteopathic. Sorry. You can't compare it to a rural. Oh my god, sorry. You can't compare it to a rural osteopathic clinic. So what was Oh my god. Well, duh. You can't compare it to a rural osteopathic clinic. To an osteopathic clinic. Rural osteopathic clinic. So what was the floor again?
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. One more time, fam.
Well, duh. You can't compare it to a rural osteopathic clinic. So what was the floor again? Sorry for that. I got it right. The top floor of the central ward, I think. This voice. Whose voice? For a moment, I could hear the voice of a crying child, dispersed throughout all the commotions. Hey, don't you hear a child crying somewhere? This again? Man, even for someone who likes children so much, you're astounding.
Don't say that. Now, as for that child, did it come from over there?
Taishi is stature great, surveys the area and points to a direction in which my line of sight is obstructed by the crowd. Got it. I'm just gonna take a look. Sorry, but you guys go on ahead.
Alright. Got it, bro.
Don't show a blade, okay? That astounded voice comes to me from behind. That was more like, don't show a blade, okay? Something like that, sorry. I replied to my friend with one hand raised. With one raised hand, and then ventured to the crowd of people. Alright, sorry about reading wrong. It's an elementary school age girl, dressed in lovely pajamas, who must be under hospitalization here. Did she fall, perhaps? Did she fall, perhaps? She's sitting flat on the floor. She cries. She doesn't seem to be. Oh my god, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh my god, okay. Did she fall, perhaps? She's sitting flat on the floor. She's sitting flat on the floor. She cries. She doesn't seem to have any injuries visible at a glance, but she could have twisted something. So, at the very least, I can't abandon her.
Indeed.
You alright? Are you okay? Oh wait. You're right? Are you okay?
Whoa, waifu nurse.
Wait. Huh? At roughly the same time as me, a woman rushed over to the child while calling out. Judging by her nurse uniform, she must work at this hospital.
The waifu. Oh yeah, I need to get a CG. Yes, very good. Nice, waifu.
Ooh, very nice artwork. Oh, very detailed and stuff. Okay. She looks to be in her mid-20s and carries a full-bodied figure.
Of course, always noticed that.
Having also noticed that I called out to the child at the same time as her, she looks in my direction with surprise.
Lock eyes.
I feel like I've seen her somewhere.
Whoa, locked eyes.
I have that thought the moment after seeing her, and so our eyes end up locked for a short while.
Of course, yes, locked eyes. Oh.
Very nice.
You feel like that, nurse? Very well, nurse. Sorry.
Right. You okay? You aren't hurt anywhere, are you? The child's crying voice brings me to my senses. I'm going to take a look. Tell me if it hurts, okay? I squat down at the child's side and get to work looking for any abnormalities in her arms and legs. How does it feel here? Fine. I tried lightly palpitating her arms and her hands and feet, and the girl, teary-eyed, shakes her head slightly. Although I feel the area in a few different spots, she shows no signs of pain. In other words, she probably wasn't injured. Did she get spooked after falling so suddenly? Perhaps she dropped something? Sorry. In any case, she might have sustained some light bruises. Considering that I don't know the reason she's being hospitalized, I better leave her off as safe as possible. Miss Nurse, get in contact with this young lady's physician. Miss Nurse, get in contact with this young lady's physician. Well, I don't know the reason for hospitalization. We can't have her condition deteriorate, so I ask that you notify the proper people. I call out to the nurse. It seems that she was going to examine the child in a similar way, but stood by stiffly when I beat her to the but stood by stiffly when I beat her to the punch. The nurse returns my instruction with a flustered bow of the head.
Ooh, CG? Oh, CG, yes! CG, yeah, the waifu, yes, and the very nice lighting. Ooh, CG!
Good grief. You're the same as I remember you.
CG, yeah! Awesome. Okay.
Good grief. You're the same as I remember you. This young lady, Kari. Thank you for examining her. Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it. After all, I'm also a doctor, if that... I raise my eyes to the figure before me and feel a burst of memories as I see the nurse's face once more. Hey, this nurse. I feel like I know her. Could it be Mio? Huh? For real? How many years has it been? You're slow to notice, Takuya. Jeez, to think you wouldn't remember your old friend's face right away.
Oh!
Meanwhile, I immediately saw your face and knew.
Oh, the waifu Mio! Mio, yes!
Oh, well now, when you're wearing makeup and have a different hairstyle, it's natural that I wouldn't notice right away. Once again, I look at the woman before me. Mio Akagi, a friend from my childhood, and a companion of mine from elementary school through high school.
Oh, childhood friend, yes!
Her hair used to be down during her high school days, but now she has it put up, probably so that doesn't get in the way for work. So it doesn't get in the way for work. Sorry. Her makeup is at the bare minimum. Her makeup is at the bare minimum necessary for a nurse. It doesn't even feel like she's showing off.
Yes, because she's beautiful.
And since this is my first time seeing her dressed in a nurse outfit rather than a school uniform, I didn't match her to her face right away. We haven't faced each other in at least 6 years. We never had the opportunity to, since our post-graduation careers led us down different paths.
Oh man.
Led us down different paths. I never thought you'd have become a nurse. I never thought you'd have become a nurse. Well, I never said I would. But then I spoke to my folks at home. For real? They said anything? For real? They never said anything. For real? They never said anything about that, huh? I've helped her with her studies in the past, so she could have told me then. Wait, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that now. This girl's doctor needs to be. Don't worry about that. I saw him a moment ago, albeit from a distance. What do you mean? Who? What do you mean? Who? Sorry. In response to Mio's assured composure, I tilt my head in wholehearted confusion. Kaori didn't fall down. Rather, she simply had a prank played on her by another child who was here. So there's no reason to believe she suffered anything amounting to an injury. I see. Well then, that's good. But where's the other child? Lurking somewhere over there, I would imagine. Sorry. It was that moment, the moment Mio let out a small sigh.
Sorry, gets in my throat. Real quick water break, fam. And so I return.
Sorry. It was that moment. The moment Mio let out a small sigh. By then, a boy had emerged from among the gathered onlookers. You're open! You're open! Huh?
The boy laid his hands on Mio's skirt. What are you doing there, lad? And the very next moment, he flips it up. What are you doing, you child? CG, I don't know if I can show that. Probably not, so I'm just gonna censor it for safety reasons. So, him.
You can never be too safe, Mio! Having made that declaration to Mio, who reacts with graceful confusion to the seizure of her skirt, the boy turns his head and runs off. I saw them. I'm not sure whether the people nearby could see them, but as for me, squatting and stationed in front of her, they waltzed right into my field of view. Mio and I remained petrified for a moment. However, Mio's senses returned to her first. Listen here, brat! Was making Kaori cry not enough? You had to cause even more trouble? Hey, Mio! Left behind with red cheeks, she trots off after the boy who flipped her skirt. Left in the dust. left in the dust. I, along with the girl who stopped crying at some point during the ordeal, watched the scene fade off into the distance. So, phew, that was a shocker. But she's the same. Phew, that was a shocker. But she's the same as always, huh? Judging by that situation, I'm sure the children are fond of her as well. That was the MIO with a naturally bright personality, a character well liked by others. Indeed. Let's see, Kaori was it? And you weren't hurt or anything when that boy played a prank on you. Sorry. And you weren't hurt or anything when that boy played a prank on you, right?
No. No.
Sorry.
No.
I see. That's good. Well, I guess it isn't a good thing if you made you cry. If nothing else, surely we can celebrate that there were no injuries.
Yeah!
She stopped crying, so there shouldn't be any problem if I leave her alone. I'd leave her to MIO if she were here. If she were here, though. Sorry. Well, I should be off now. Bye-bye, Kaori.
Okay. Bye-bye, mister.
I rise to my feet, having a last bid farewell to the girl as she smiled shyly at me. Before I knew it, the meeting time is fast approaching. This isn't good. I'd better hurry if I don't want to be late. Naturally, I can't expect to run inside the hospital. While minding the time, I briskly follow after my two colleagues who are headed toward the designated location. Alright, yes, alright. Sorry about that, fam, about rereading lines so much. Okay.
You got it really close, huh, bro?
Man, it's okay to have a soft spot for children, but you ought to pick the right time and place, you know?
I don't need you to tell me that. I don't need you to tell me that, alright? I managed to arrive in time, but I really did cut it close. Couple that with the fact that everyone besides me has already arrived, and now I'm feeling some cold stares from the medical advisors in charge of us.
For real though, I'll be training in GI surgery all of a sudden. This is gonna suck.
You sure are weak. Isn't it dangerous to be a doctor when you're scared of blood?
My end goal is orthopedic surgery, so it's all good. Come to think of it, Sasaki, weren't you gonna do hematology?
Yep, I'll be trained in as many areas as possible. It'd be nice to have a young doctor with a promising future above me, though.
So you're still looking to be a trophy wife, huh?
It isn't like that. It's just that if I'm going to search for a spouse, it'd be nice if you're that kind of person. Become a gynecologist is my personal goal.
Gynecologist? Oh, it's gyne, right, not gyne.
Become a gynecologist is my personal goal.
Sasaki says that with a shrug of her shoulders.
It's my personal goal.
Oh, sorry, doing the voice wrong.
Once more.
It isn't like that. It's just that if I'm going to search for a spouse, it'd be nice if you're that kind of person. Becoming a gynecologist is my personal goal.
Sorry, Sasaki says with a shrug of the shoulders. Incidentally, once during our student days, I told her that my family runs a private clinic, and she half jokingly responded, "So how about me?" But I was always going to just specialize. I was always going to just specialize in pediatrics since my brother will inherit the family clinic. So the discussion ended there. Since my brother will inherit the family clinic, so the discussion ended there.
So, Shirasawa, you're gonna be doing orthopedic surgery, right?
Yeah. I'd better have some intel gathered for Taishi.
I plan to choose it during my second term after all. I have high hopes. I plan to choose it during my second term after all. I have high hopes for you, Takuya. High hopes for a living.
I've got your back, bro. I've got your back. After we discussed such things, the medical advisors who had excused themselves returned to the lounge. Okay.
Next will be some explanations during everyone's transfer to the respective medical offices. Afterward, you'll be introduced to the nurses in charge of the ward, and then be put to work. Now then, please go with your designated advisor. Okay.
After wishing one another the best, we all scattered to our given medical advisors to begin training. I don't know if that was the right voice for the advisor, but hey, what you gonna do? I listened to various explanations from my advisor, and now I'll be introduced to the gathered nurses who aren't currently busy, aka the waifu MIO.
One of the arrived nurses raises her voice at the sight of me. That is Mio. That is Mio. I knew from earlier that she was a nurse here, but to think she has responsibilities to the orthopedic surgery department. responsibilities in the orthopedic surgery department. And apparently, Mio didn't think I'd be here either, because she looks awfully surprised.
Head nurse, so it should be a guy or girl, I don't know.
Like, Mio, what is it? You suddenly raised your voice at the sight of Dr. Shirasawa. Yeah. Never mind. Never mind. It's nothing. It's just when I heard that the medical residents would be coming today, I didn't think I would know one of them. Oh my, what a coincidence. Tell me, what kind of relationship do you have with Dr. Shirasawa? Well, we went to high school together. At that moment, Mio's line of sight fleetingly points to me. We actually know each other as friends from elementary school, but perhaps she doesn't want to give the impression that we have a very close relationship? Well, to be fair, I guess all sorts of jealousy and such arise when a doctor and nurse have a very close relationship. Yep, the thing is, if a nurse can win over a doctor, she can simply marry into money. The upperclassman who graduated ahead of me unanimously told me that. For that reason, you'll get courted by nurses even if you're just a research doctor.
Okay, wow.
I hear there's a particularly high success rate among the kind who runs a hospital through his family, and is the heir to said hospital, like me. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna start my own hospital, right? Now where the Mio and I do intend to know each other, several nurses are looking at her with gazes of envy, if not enmity. Sorry. I was an acquaintance of Miss Akagi from high school. Oh god, sorry. I was an acquaintance. Sorry. I was an acquaintance of Miss Akagi's from high school. I didn't think she would be here either. Thinking that I better not call her my friend from childhood, I limit myself to simply saying I know her from high.
Sorry, running out of air.
Sorry. I limit myself to simply saying I know her from high school. I don't exactly know where Mio is coming from here. It isn't like we've spoken much since reuniting, so I don't even know whether she's a registered nurse or licensed practical nurse. She probably went to college. At any rate, which I suppose qualifies her to be a registered nurse. Sorry. Regardless, I'll be working here for 2 years at the longest. I don't know what's become of the pecking order and whatnot, but there's no point stirring up trouble. I see. So you've met each other for the first time in a while, have you? Well then, Dr. Shirasawa should have an easy time speaking with an acquaintance. So perhaps I should leave him to you, Mio. Huh? We have to let Dr. Shirasawa know where he's going and what he's doing, don't we? Right. Understood. Well then, I look forward to working with you, Dr. Shirasawa.
Indeed.
In contrast to when we spoke earlier, Mio greets me coldly.
No!
Likewise, Miss Akagi. Standing before the others, I give her a formal greeting of my own. But man, being together with Mio, who's now a nurse, up until now, I never would have thought this might happen.
Oh, the shyness. Oh, yes, you're blushing.
Suddenly, she looks in my direction, and our eyes meet. The next moment, redness rushes to her face, and her eyes are averted.
Oh, yes, the shyness.
Accompanying her is a certain kind of feeling, like when that hand lifted up her skirt.
Oh, yes.
In response to Mio's bashfulness, that spectacle from earlier of her flip skirt pops into my mind. Childhood memories aside, my companion is a young woman. When I recall the sight of that underwear, my face becomes hot.
Indeed.
Is something the matter, Dr. Shirasawa? No, it's nothing. Is that so? Well then, please introduce yourself to all the nurses. After all, you'll be getting to know them very well over the next few months as you train in orthopedic surgery. Understood. I'm Takuya Shirasawa, a medical resident.
Oh my god, sorry, I gotta get this right.
Understood. I'm Takuya Shirasawa, a medical resident. It's a pleasure to meet you. In terms of status, a medical resident is higher up than a nurse. sorry. In terms of status, a medical resident is higher up than a nurse. I should be able to think that way, right? Right? But if I end up with a cold shoulder from the nurses I'll get to know so well, then it could negatively impact my work as well. Sorry. But if I end up with a cold shoulder from the nurses I'll get to know so well, then it could negatively impact my work as well.
Indeed. Hold up. Sorry, the throat got weird.
I mean, many things inside a hospital can mean life or death for somebody, so I'm sure there's no outright hatred going around, but still. Going by the testimony of an upperclassman whose excessive philandering caused the nurses to turn on him all at once, apparently the rest of his training was like a bed of nails. Wait, wasn't that like an episode of Gintama or something? Or some anime? Wait, no. What was it? Reminded me of an anime, I think, where the guy was with all the girls and then they all they wanted to kill him or something. What was it? Darn it, I forgot. Was it Skip Beat? No, it wasn't Skip Beat. Something else. Darn, what was it? Trying to remember. The anime, darn, I forgot. Sorry, fam. It was like, the anime though was where, okay, we'll start rambling. It's where like he dated all the girls and they were cool with it, but then they turned on him. Sorry. Nothing bad should happen if I make friendly with, sorry. Nothing bad should happen if I,
oh, wait, hold on, BRB. Okay, I'm back, sorry.
Nothing bad should happen if I make friendly with everyone. Nothing bad should happen if I make friendly with everyone, if only a little. With a nod from the head nurse, and while being careful not to leave any bad impressions, I get to mingling with the nurses.
Sup, nurses? What's good? Back off though, I need the MIO, waifu.
Dr. Shirasawa, how much do you know about this hospital? How much do you know about this hospital? If you're talking about the sort of stuff that appears in the pamphlet, then I've learned a few things. My greetings with the nurses end. Before receiving full-fledged training from my medical advisor, I've been getting from MIO an explanation of the hospital, or of this particular ward within the orthopedic surgery department, or of this particular ward within the orthopedic surgery department. Sorry. The location of each room and nurses station, etc. It's easiest to ask the nurse for detailed pieces of information that the medical advisors don't teach. It's easiest to ask the nurses for detailed pieces of information that the medical advisors don't teach. Indeed. Is that so? If that's so, in that case, I will skip any external details. In that case, I will skip any external details and focus on practical information. Please do.
Yeah.
Sorry. Please do.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Please do. No. Please do. MIO gives me an explanation of this. MIO gives me an explanation of this or that thing as we walk through the corridor. However, it's not like we've been. Sorry.
Hold on, I don't know what's going on with my voice.
Okay. Please do. MIO gives me an explanation of this or that thing as we walk through the corridor. However, it's not like we're being watched by anyone right now, and yet our interactions are very stiff. Cold interactions, as though encountering someone you've just met. It's making me want to run away. It's making me want to run away somehow. This is arguably normal considering that we're in the middle of work. But still.
Oh, if it isn't MIO, you look like you're hard at work.
Oh, something is in my throat. Hold on, fam. Real sorry about that. Okay.
Oh, if it isn't MIO, you look like you're hard at work, youngin, Missy.
Good afternoon, Miss. Good afternoon, Miss Kawakami. How are you feeling?
It's like Sadio Kawakami from Persona 5.
Breaking an arm is such a bother, even if it isn't my dominant one. Changing clothes is difficult too.
Indeed. If you happen to experience pain while doing it yourself, please don't hesitate to call me.
Okay. Thanks, MIO, Missy. Thanks, MIO. Thanks, MIO.
It seems that the old lady's being hospitalized in this ward. Judging by her cast, she must have fractured her left hand.
By the way, who might the attractive young man next to you be?
Dr. Shirasawa. He was brought in for training today. They say he's among the best, so rest assured, okay?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Doctor.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. She bows her head with a friendly grin. I reply with a light bow of my own.
After exchanging some words, Mio bids the old lady farewell and resumes her explanation to me. In addition to Mrs. Kawakami from a moment ago, whose arm is fractured, we have many patients with fractures in their legs. In a reconstructive surgery ward, please make absolutely sure that you walk down the center of the corridor. Down the center of the corridor, not the sides. Understood. Understood. I mean, sorry. Understood. I mean, I already know that much. Sorry. Understood. I mean, I already know that much. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm reading and messing up. Sorry. Understood. I mean, I already know that much, right? Mio, straightforward as ever, gives her explanation, and I reply with a strained smile. I believe hospitals are usually this way, but the corridor is equipped with a handrail. It's set up this way so that people can catch themselves in case they're bad on their feet and can't walk. It's set up this way so that people can catch themselves in case they're bad on their feet and can't walk without support. That if doctors and nurses are walking along the wall, they will end up obstructing. Come on, obstructing. Sorry. But if doctors and nurses are walking along the wall, they will end up obstructing the path of people using the hand. Oh my god, I'm sorry. They will end up obstructing the path of people using the handrail. Nope. One more time, fam. When it comes to orthopedic surgery, there are many patients. Wait, oh no, sorry. But if doctors and nurses are walking along the wall, they will end up obstructing the path of people using the handrail. The path of people using the handrail. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just keep repeating. Sorry. When it comes to orthopedic surgery, there are many patients hospitalized for bone fractures and the like. Oh my god, again! I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm reading too much. I don't know. When it comes to orthopedic surgery, there are many patients hospitalized for bone fractures and the like. So it's natural that many people would require handrails. Sorry. If you already know, then no worries. But let me say, your tone of voice has suddenly changed, hasn't it? Dr. Shirasawa? I should say the same to you. How long have you talked in the way you do? I'm feeling awfully uncomfortable, considering that Mio never once spoke to people in formalities during our student days. And talk about how she dealt with the old lady from earlier. She's miles apart from the impression of her from our high school days. Perhaps it's the experience that comes with several years of being a nurse. Perhaps it's as though she's grown up. It's as though she's grown up or something. Wait, now that I think about her age, she should be a proper adult by now. Indeed. And since we haven't seen each other in 6 years, she seems like a different person. Well, the thing is, we were standing in front of the other nurses back the medical office. You saved me back there. There were several bachelorettes who... You saved me back there. There were several bachelorettes whose... Bachelorettes! Sorry. There were several bachelorettes whose eyes lit up the moment they heard about your family's private clinic. Some advances will probably be coming your way for a while, so you might want to brace yourself for that. I see. I've heard of that, but man, it sounds unbelievable. So, what about your tone of voice?
I feel like the subject was changed on me, so I broached the same thing again. She swings her face away from me, her cheeks overcome with a tinge of red.
It's been too long since I've seen you, Takuya. I don't know how I'm supposed to act.
Huh?
Also, earlier, you saw my panties.
Even I feel my face getting hot as she says that. Indeed.
That might indeed cause trouble with how we interact.
Wait, no. We're level-headed adults. That was an accident. There's no need to pay so much attention to it.
In fact, I've come across a similar scene once or twice in my college days.
Yes, of course. As that is what a protagonist does.
Nothing that amounted to this much awkwardness, though. I wonder if it's my past self hanging around. I know that we're different, but we might be looking at each other with the mood carried over from our student days.
Ooh.
Also, we're in the middle of work right now. We're both adults. We can tell the differences between public and private affairs. We can tell the difference between public and private affairs, right? Yeah, that's right. As such, I'll refer to you as Dr. Shirasawa while we're working. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good. Sounds good. There's sense in what Mio was saying. Many questions would no doubt arise with the doctor and nurse getting too friendly with each other, and there would be no excuse if Mio standing among the other nurses were to deteriorate. Mio standing among the other nurses were to deteriorate. I know. And there would be no excuse if Mio standing among the other nurses were to deteriorate. Still, I feel like I have an itch or something. I suppose it would take some time to adapt. Now then, Dr. Shirasawa, let me show you to the next room. She invites me with an aloof smile. Yet those cheeks of hers remain red, if only a little.
Alright, cool. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright, that's all the time we got for this one, everybody. But thank you so much for watching, buddy. What do you think of this new game? I'm loving it. You know, the art is really good. The story's going pretty good. Sorry that I messed up reading and kept rereading lines. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I got it right. But thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this, let me just say, hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday yesterday. Just a great day yesterday. Hope you guys had a great day today, too. And as always, my name is CherryBoy. My goal in life is to... Oh, no, sorry. Outro. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like below. If there's any games you would like me to play or just want to talk, please comment down below as well. If you like this and like some more, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bells. That'd be epically appreciated of you. And as always, my name is CherryBoy. My goal in life is to make you guys smile. Let me just say, guys, you guys are awesome, and I thank you guys so much for your support on the channel. It truly means a lot. That's all I wanted to say, and thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye! See ya!